5 lessons about money from 5 Stoics. That's what we're going to talk about today. And if you like this episode, please consider giving a thumbs up or subscribing. The first lesson is from Marcus Aurelius. He says, "Wealth is neither good nor bad. It is only the use that matters." That's right. Wealth is neutral. It's simply a tool. And your character is what determines whether you use it well or badly. The Stoics believed that money didn't have any moral value. It didn't have any power over you unless you gave it that power. You don't need to be pure of heart to handle wealth. You just need to be pure of mind. Don't let the sight of money or the mention of it disturb you. The important thing is to use it virtuously. If you put the pursuit of wealth at the center of your life, you become a slave to it. You become its prisoner. But if you see it as a means to live a virtuous life, then you are truly free. The second lesson is also from Marcus Aurelius. He says, "It is not the man who has little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Now he's talking about 2 different kinds of people here. There's the person who has very little wealth, but he's satisfied, and the person who has great wealth, but he's not satisfied. Who is the poorer one? Obviously, the person who always wants more. The Stoics recognized that the greatest wealth was inner peace, and that true poverty was wanting more. The antidote to this is gratitude. Be grateful for what you have instead of coveting what you don't have. Remember, some people have far less than you, and others have far more. Where exactly do you fall on that spectrum? And how should that make you feel? The third lesson is from Epictetus. And he says, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." So what is the secret to wealth according to Epictetus? Well, it's not how much you own, it's how little you need. You think that having more options makes you richer, but it's actually the opposite. It just gives you more opportunities to waste your money and to stray from what you really want in life. The Stoics believed that you could only be rich in as far as you were self-sufficient. They thought that the purpose of wealth was to increase your capacity to live a good life, not to buy all of the things that you don't need. The fourth lesson is from Seneca. He says, "Wealth is not a possession, it's a loan." Now, the word possession implies permanence. We think it's ours forever. But the reality is that wealth is never permanent. It's always subject to change. What you have today, you might lose tomorrow. So don't get attached to it. Don't build your identity around it, because the day it disappears, so does your identity. Seneca tells us to prepare for the possibility of losing our wealth, to learn how to live with less, and to never become so dependent on our fortune that if it changed, we would be ruined. The fifth lesson is from Marcus Aurelius. He says, "It is not the man who has too few friends that is poor, but the man who has too few enemies." Now, this is a shocking statement, isn't it? Most of us assume that lots of friends and lots of love is what makes us rich. But Marcus is saying something quite different here. He's saying that being well-liked is not what makes us truly rich. It's being respected and feared. It's having high standards and strong opinions. It's not caring what everyone thinks of you. And it's standing up for what you believe in, even if nobody else agrees. Marcus is saying that virtue is the ultimate wealth. It's the one thing that you can't lose because it's under your control. So there you have it, the top 5 Stoic lessons on wealth. Money is neutral. It's not the person with little who is poor, but the person who craves more. The secret to wealth is having few wants. Wealth is a loan, not a possession, and virtue is the ultimate wealth. These lessons are timeless, and they apply to everyone, whether you're rich or poor. The Stoics knew that wealth wasn't everything, but they also knew that it could be a powerful tool if used wisely. The key is to focus on what you can control, like your thoughts, your actions, and your character, and not on what you can't control, like other people's opinions, the economy, or the stock market. Remember, true wealth isn't just about money. It's about living a good life based on your values and principles. If you like this episode, check out our other episodes on Stoic philosophy.